we're here for another thrilling installment of.
How thrilling it is.
Yep, yep. You can hear the enthusiasm in everyone's voices. Anyway, to pick up where we left off last time, the group fought against the Realmic of Creation, Crove. It was a pitched battle in which the champion Ardain was responsible for trying to change the Realmic's mind, basically. There's no really cool word for it. Um,
Reform the gods.
yeah, sure, let's do that. That's cool. Um, the attempt was to reform the gods rather than to destroy this one in particular. Uh, there was a ritual in place within the temple where they fought Crove, the Realmic. And with a combined effort of holding him back, well, Ardain was able to complete a ritual that was more or less embedded into this temple. The ritual succeeded, and Crove was changed for the better. The details are still unknown, but it succeeded as far as everyone can tell. Ardain took the temple up to the top of a nearby mountain in an attempt to remove it from any influence until things have been determined, for lack of a better word. The group then, I almost said boarded. They boarded Bran in his giant dragon form that he had taken on at the end of the combat, where he flew them back to the village on the outskirts of Ardor, landing precariously close to the golden statue that is not quite finished of him, and really it's not too great because no one really knows what he looks like, but it's the thought that counts. Where the party all clambered off and immediately opened up the mansion, where they kind of just collapsed in. Um,
They brought Ardain with them.
yes,
But
yes, you brought Ardain with you guys.
Sure, thought up an extra room for him or something.
Yeah.
he was invited. They
sleep
can
on the
figure out
floor.
the rooms later.
Yeah. So we're going to be picking up there. It's a mess, for lack of a better term. You guys are all pretty beaten and bruised, despite Nenya's well done attempts to keep you put together. Um, you guys are now in the temple. Not temple, the mansion. It's quiet. Ardain is next to you guys. He's wrapped his cloak up around him tightly, and he's got kind of a distant look to his eyes now. He shakes on occasion, kind of just the, little tremor, and then looks around and, so what now?
Well, you wanted a rest, didn't you? I think that's probably wise before we get onto what's next.
What is next?
Well, a lot of questions. At least from
We're gonna
me.
go find the other device. That's what we are going to do
Yeah,
next.
where they are, all that.
I-
Ask about what god Crove became.
I think I can help with finding the other device.
Yeah, now you
but-
said you know where it is, but we are going to go
Yeah,
to sleep
Okay,
first.
cool, thank you, because I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that was the plan.
cool. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, turning into a dragon takes a lot out of you.
I thought it would put a lot into you.
Oh.
Ren goes into the mansion.
Ren's not in the mansion?
Are we? Oh, we're inside the mansion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless Ren wanted to be swamped by a bunch of people, see like what the fuck that dragon
Yes,
was
there.
doing.
Yeah. As you guys went into the mansion, you did hear a "Hey!" So Ardane's just so
Yeah. What sort of room do you like?
what? A bed?
Okay, well, Laffy can make you a room, because we're in, like, a sick, interdimensional mansion where she can come up with anything she wants. So,
Why are we here if it's sick?
no, not like, Miss just starts gesturing, and then instead of saying words, she just conveys what she means, like, with telepathy, like, yeah, this is really cool, this is pretty awesome. Look at all these neat things.
Oh, sure. Yeah, a bed. A bed would be cool.
Okay. I guess
Ren-
Laffy can make you a bed.
Ren gives him a little pat on the shoulder, and then she goes to her room and closes the door.
Okay.
That was her
Yeah.
way of saying, good job.
I'll see you all in the morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is when we can wake up. Good night.
Night.
Brand just
Right.
walks off, goes to bed.
Okay. Art.
Good job, Bardane. Thank you for everything. And she's just gonna go to her room and shut the door and go have existential tears for a bit.
Oh no.
Okay. Ardane's stuck looking at you, Laffy, you missed, and Saint, and just.
Yeah, Mist is just sort of waiting for Laffy to make him a
Go to a door. Open it. Luffy goes to her room.
He just stands there for a minute looking for a door. And he
Yeah.
walks over to the door you went in, Laffy, and opens it.
The door's locked.
Oh, okay, well, he jiggles the knob and. Oh,
Not the same one.
oh.
That's her room.
Okay. He wanders over and opens up a door and slips in.
Yeah, Mist eventually. When Ardane seems like he's okay, then Mist goes to her room too.
Okay. Does anyone do anything over the night?
Yeah,
Sleep.
sleep.
Well,
Yeah.
something other than sleep off the god pain.
Mist writes things down.
And Anya too writes in her diary and tries to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, approximately 8 hours pass, at which time, within the rules of D&D and magic somehow, your wounds knit shut. You're all still a little bit sore. The memory of, getting slapped around by a deity is probably going to stick with you for some time. But yeah, it is now quote-unquote morning time, as you guys each stir one by one. Ardane makes his way downstairs pretty much immediately upon waking, or so it seems. He's kind of ruffled looking. His cloak is disheveled. He's not wearing any of the armored type clothing that he was wearing. He's just kind of in a nice shirt with trousers and his cloak.
Ren comes out wearing what she went in with. So she's covered in blood. Her own, mostly. She sits down at the table and drinks her coffee.
Yeah, Mist is probably already around, but she's clean because magic.
Yeah, Bran also shows up and he's cleaned himself up. He looks fine. Not that he looked that bad to begin with. I think he got beat up the least out of everyone.
Foresight has officially worn off.
Oh, Bran's Sharingan is gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a little jarring waking up because the world has stopped shaking.
Jesus.
And you can no longer see your steps a half second before you do them.
I was just kind of like, well, that was fun while it lasted.
Mist kind of looks over at Ran and is like, "You want that to stay there for effect?" She just
What?
gestures at Ran, like all the blood and stuff.
Ren pauses and looks down. Oh.
Ardane's just staring.
And she takes another sip of coffee.
Miss just goes to press the digitation or unless she protests.
Ren, she waves it off and she's like, I'll get to a bath later.
Alright.
She's trying to put together whether or not she has any clothes remaining that aren't some variety of torn.
Okay. Ardane's looking at the people at the table and, where are the other two?
Luffy's
Sleeping.
been there.
Oh, okay.
He just looks under the table and Luffy's just under there.
Yeah, just, oh. Okay. Oh. What about Nenia, was it?
Yeah.
She'll come down as she does, unrolling her sleeves. She was probably busy staring at a training dummy in a room somewhere for a little bit, as she do.
Maybe one day when this campaign is
Daily
over,
ritual.
she'll actually hit the training dummy.
I know. Anyway, but okay, yeah, she comes down. She's wearing what she did yesterday, but a little more cleaned up too.
So...
Ren sees everyone else cleaned up and she's like,
I didn't say that Luffy was cleaned up.
alright, everyone who usually gets cleaned up.
He's just staring at the coffee and everything. He's just kind of eyeing everything a little, not suspiciously, just he doesn't know what to make of it seems like.
You should probably eat breakfast.
Yeah, okay.
What would you like? Just gesture vaguely and it'll come out.
He does so. And typical breakfast food emerges from the depths of the mansion, as it's wont to do. He's picking at his food a little bit, and he is occasionally looking up at you guys and not saying much but fidgeting. And then he says, "So, that was fucked up, wasn't it?"
You get used to it.
I mean, not really.
I'd rather...
I mean,
Oh.
we modified a gun. I think that's pretty impressive.
I mean,
Brand just shrugs.
Nadia is perpetually surprised by the blasé of this, and just she looked like she perked up, like, oh yeah, that was pretty insane. Oh, never mind. These guys have had it worse.
I mean,
Goes back to
this thing's
poking her
pretty
food.
cool.
To be honest, as far as gods goes, I wasn't really all that impressed.
I mean,
Well,
he was... I don't know, it was... I got inside of his head, and that was weird.
right, yeah, that must have been very different for you. Like, what happened from your perspective when you were, changing Crow into whatever you wanted?
It was... I don't know how to describe it. I just think I didn't feel like I was me for a little while. I don't know how long it was, but I was just kind of there, and I saw him, or whatever. I guess it was him. I don't know. And I spoke to it, or whatever I was at the time, spoke to him, and he listened, and I guess he changed.
Interesting.
It was an experience. Yeah, that's a word for it.
Well, good job. One less thing to worry about.
What sort of deity did you change him into?
Well, I figured he was creation and that sort of thing, so I decided he should be like a creator, but for his own creation instead of like trying to make bigger things, to make things good here, like, you know, help people make good things and build instead of trying to constantly build out to build up, I guess.
Miss looks like she's sort of contemplating, and she just sort of tilts her head like, yeah, I guess that checks out.
I wanted to do more, but there's a limit, you know.
What do you mean?
Uh, uh, yeah, by that I mean, like, he's only so much of a thing, you know, he's creation. Creation is kind of a specific thing, regardless of what we would think, actually. Pretty limited in scope, it turns out.
Well, personally, as long as he's not trying to tear the world or multiverse apart, I think it's an improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's cool now. I think he's gonna try to keep it together, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, can we expect any assistance from Ciceramic, or?
Yeah, did you make him be like a sort of I'm not going to intervene sort of deity? Or,
I don't think.
You know, if you threaten my domain, I'm gonna get involved kind of deity.
I think that's what the champions are for.
Oh.
He, as far as I know, they can't actually hurt each other because they can barely interact.
Really?
It's
I mean, he interacted real fine with us.
with you, yeah, but I mean like with other realmics.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Seems weird.
I tried to tell him to be a, you know, sentinel of the world or whatever, and he said that he can't do that. I'm sure I could try and talk to him again and see if he can help you guys with the big shebang at the end there. Lend some aid.
I mean, that would certainly be useful.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. But I'm not coming with you guys.
That's
Yeah, no
fine.
shit.
Okay, good. I almost died there, right? Like, there's just a span of time that I don't have?
Yeah, you got knocked out.
Okay. Yeah, that sucked. I got, like, lit on fire, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. Oh, okay, good. I was worried you guys would get upset that I wasn't coming.
No, it's.
Okay.
I mean, we've sort of been at this for some time.
You did your part.
And you did it well.
That's all we can ask.
Yeah. I will talk to Crove though for you guys. I think the champions kind of. Well, I guess once you've been inside of a god's mind, you can call them up whenever. Just look at the sky and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And okay, it doesn't work that way, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not really, but
Oh.
I'm sure we
I
can
mean, I
figure
get
that.
it. More or less.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Anyway, yeah, do you, there's another location where these devices were made, by the way. I think I've told you that this wasn't, the one that we used was, like, the first one that they made. And there's one that was kind of the big one that they wanted to use, but it didn't work. I don't know. But when I was in Crow's mind, I saw it, and I know where it is.
Where is it then?
Do you have a map?
Yes.
Okay.
They do have a map, right?
You have one inside of the Book of Ghoul, yeah.
Okay, Miss takes out the book
Okay.
and opens it.
Okay. And he spends like a few seconds looking at it before he taps near the Alphys Woods. And he taps right there. He says it's right there. It's in like a forested. It's in the forest, but it's like it's in a glade, I guess. That's the word, right? Where it's like a big opening in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
So, is that the only other one of these things that there are? To your knowledge.
Yeah, they call it the Crove called it the Shattered Temple, and it's because the Realmic shattered it. They saw it and basically said no and destroyed it, but the devices they can't be destroyed. I guess I don't know. I don't
Where are
really
the
get it.
devices?
So, I think wait, the ones that made the devices, weren't that the three magi?
I guess I don't know.
Mist sort of says that to Bran.
Okay.
Did they actually learn that, or was that?
Yeah, you guys learned that.
Okay.
And
It
yes,
must have been a while ago.
yeah, it was yeah, it actually was a little bit ago. Yeah, they made them.
Okay.
So, alright. You know the difference between this big one and the one we used, aside from, it was the second one made? Because, like... So, we were able to use one of them to change one god, which was in his own temple, but we have, like, several other gods to deal with in one device in a glade somewhere. So I'm sort of curious as to what do we have to deal with them one at a time somehow? Like, are they all gonna be there at once?
All I really know is their arrival isn't so much of they arrive and then they're here as much as it's when they arrive, it's the clock has hit 0 and everything just kind of stops. It's they're not gonna walk up and be here and then destroy everything. They're just gonna be here and it ends.
Okay.
So we need to do this before they get here.
So how are we going to get to them?
We
Okay, no,
probably
no.
hold them.
Yeah, this is something I definitely know. And this is what happened with Crove. Actually, this is what they did. And it's why he didn't destroy everything, but he was still here. They're these things, avatars of the Realmics. They are the essence of them made into something that like we can comprehend. Like we can't really. When I saw Crove, I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw the others, and they're not really something that you can make sense of. They are.
Understand completely.
Yeah, they just sort of are, and the avatars are things that exist in a way that they can be interacted with, and Crove wasn't there until we were. I think they'll show up if you... They show up for their champions.
Weird question. If one were to say potentially be that avatar, how would that work exactly?
I don't know.
Shit. Okay.
But yeah, I think you've got to show up and just show up before they get here, I guess.
So what? Show up to that spot, or
Wherever you want to throw down.
all right. Interesting. Miss is like writing all of this down, even though she has a look on her face like,
Um,
Well, either way, it sounds like that shattered temple, if that's what you called it, is our next destination.
yeah, I guess that's where you guys are going, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
likely the plan.
Okay, yeah, I think it's about 4 days ride south from here. Um, you'll have to ride down through the mountains, and as far as I know, there's nothing going down that side of the mountain. You might be able to catch the train back down to Stillborn, but I don't really know. Either way, yeah, it's gonna be a few days.
Right. Well, thank you for that. Definitely gives us more to go on.
Yeah. Huh. I'm glad I could help again, cause you know, yeah, that was intense.
Well, yeah, we're trying to prevent the destruction of everything. You know, I imagine it would be a bit.
Oh yeah. Good talk then. Yeah.
Miss just kind of snorts.
Um. Well, I guess if that's it, he stands up from the table and adjusts his cloak. Um. I think I'm gonna go talk to Big Guy and I don't know, try and learn some things and figure out how I can make this right, I guess.
Did, out of curiosity, does Mist have any more of those communicator things or no?
No.
Okay. Mist is just like, do you have any way to get word to us if, you'd like to tell us something that you figure out?
Uh, maybe I can send a message. I don't know. I mean, I know the spell message, so I
Okay.
don't know if it'll reach you, but you'll know if this works. I can
Yeah.
promise you that much.
This is true. Alright, well, Mist kind of looks at everyone else to see if they have any questions in particular.
Fluffy looks good. She looks chill.
Yeah, Brand's just listening and eating his breakfast, drinking lots and lots and lots of coffee.
Friends also like she hasn't touched any food. She's just like this is like her third or fourth cup of coffee. As she's just been sitting there nodding occasionally.
Yeah, that's Nadia too. But as
Brand's
soon as
just,
like RJ seems like he's getting up to go, like out of politeness, not to be sitting at the table, Nadia stands up too. Because that's what she does. Well, thanks for everything you've done and helping this far.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
probably
thank
see you in a few weeks' time, assuming we, succeed.
Yeah.
Well, some of us won't if we succeed, but you know.
Yeah.
Positive thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm leaving this plane, so, but you know, it's been real.
uh, okay, yeah, it's been real. um, he gives you guys a look and all right, I guess I'm gonna go then.
Yeah, if there are a bunch of people outside, sorry.
I would hope.
Hopefully they left by now.
Yeah, it's been like a full day or something. We'll see, I guess. Bye then.
Bye.
Bye.
He pulls up his cloak again and kind of holds it up against his chest and leaves.
Nadia sits down again.
Any of the awkward ones standing.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Miss kind of looks over at Laffy and is like, you know, I know that you said before that you wanted to take the place of the deity, but you also said that you wanted to, you know, just sort of hang around in the ether with saints. If you know, the deities can't communicate, does that change your mind at all?
Well, I don't trust anyone else to do the job, so no.
No, that is fair. It's really weird, though. You know, there are endless possibilities. I'm sure in such position it could be that a way could be found.
Saint just barks and wags his tail at everybody.
I
See, look, the dog believes in us.
mean, I believe it too.
Saint was there when we fought Prove.
Yeah, sort of.
He barfs and wags his tail so hard his butt wiggles.
And if Saint can take on a form such as this, then, you know, I imagine there are ways, not necessarily in whatever sort of ethereal force form that they might take on, but otherwise, why not? Well, this is gonna be interesting. Mist, like, shoves some blueberry muffin in her mouth.
I can't argue with you there.
Hmm.
Even if we lose, at least it'll make one hell of a story. Not that anyone will be around to, tell it, but still.
Mist has
Yeah.
disgusted look when she's eating the muffin now.
Nania pales a little.
Fran looks fine. Just-
Ren pours herself another cup of coffee.
Mist looks at Red for a second and is like, she looks like she's gonna say something, but then she doesn't.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Eventually, Ren just kind of like gets up from her seat carrying her coffee and walks to her room and closes the door.
Okay. So yeah, what's everyone doing here?
Waiting.
Okay,
well,
so
if we're going to travel, we should go soon.
Yeah, what's Ren doing?
Taking some time, I'm sure. Did you ever hear back from Miss Enla, Mister?
Did Mist ever hear back? I'm guessing no.
no.
No, I didn't, which is weird.
Maybe it's too far.
No, I mean, the spell that I use does not have, they just have to be on the same plane.
Oh, I see.
So, they should have been able to reply back immediately. But I guess
Well,
not.
he's hoping they're all right.
Yeah. What would be quicker? You know, I'm not really good at judging distance or whatever. But wait a moment. Mist is trying to remember if like okay, so did Relian never had a shop in Lyriel, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did have a shop in Stillborn.
Yes.
Would Mist be able to like make a history check to see if there's like any sort of teleportation circle or whatever, anything that would be closer to their destination that she can recall?
By all means, make a history check.
Alright. I mean, I don't think there is, but she's trying to remember anyway. Shouldn't be advantage, but
You you don't recall anything in particular. The only like teleportation thing that you can remember is when Aurelian helped teleport you guys into Stillborn.
yeah. And that was because of his circle in his shop. So. Yeah, Mist is just like, so. Does anyone know if it would be quicker to go from Sealerai to that point in the Olthus Woods, or if it would be quicker to go Ardor there? Because
Bren looks at Laffy.
Does Laffy know the answer?
You could make a survival check.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. $28.
You think it will be faster to go down from Ardor because Silerai would require you to travel across a river that may not be crossable at this point. You can go up and down it, but probably not side to side.
Well, Laffy conveys that information.
Okay, then never mind what I was thinking. Right, so I guess all there is to do is go down there.
I suppose so. Time is of the essence.
It is.
Mist. Oh, right. Like, when. Okay. I always forget to mention, but in the 4 hours of time that Mist had when no one else is awake, she probably summoned Vathan again.
Okay, yeah, Vathan came back and kind of strutted around, huffy.
Bren
Yeah.
apologizes to Vaith.
Vathan seems to accept this apology very gracefully.
Mist also sends Vathan up to wherever Ren's room is. To just peck on the door.
Ah!
yeah, just. Ah! Ah!
Yeah, basically.
And just start slapping a spoon up against the,
Make as much noise as possible.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I mean, Mist didn't tell him to do that. That was on his own accord.
He's trying real hard.
He doesn't like doors, by the way. So.
Yeah, it's in his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ren comes out eventually,
Okay.
cleaned up.
Vathan's there. and sort of flies up and perches on Ren's shoulder. Just, because.
Gonna be like, I got this. I claimed it. I got it out of the room.
Yeah, basically.
It's mine now.
I mean, he doesn't try to direct Ren anywhere, just hangs out there now. It's like,
Yeah.
I did that job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Vathan just hangs out.
Mist also kind of looks over to Laffy and, tries to discern if she could tell what Laffy's feeling beyond, wow, yeah, okay, we're doing this shit right now, we're doing it.
I mean, Laffy looks good. Like, she looks impatient. About it.
Okay. Mist just conveys some caring feelings to Laffy. No real anything connected to it, just like, you're great. You're like my best friend. You're amazing.
Oh my god.
And then, sort of gets up and is like, well, I guess we're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone going to object to the leaving of the mansion?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
All right, so you guys all get up, push in your chairs, and head out of the mansion. You guys all step out one by one, and it's a bright, sunny day. Brand statue is to your right as you step out. There's no one else around. It's gauging by the sun. It's still kind of early morning. Um, you guys know that you're about 20, 30 minutes away from the city part of Ardor. So is that where you head off?
I guess.
Okay. That
I mean,
that would be the
yeah.
nearest place you could go to start heading back south.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you guys head on out that way, and the full 20, 30 minutes pass, and you step into the city that is bustling. The smokestacks belching out the gray, black smoke, people walking to and fro in the factories across the cobblestone streets. You know that the train is nearby, and to the south there's a gate to the south, and then further to the east there is the train. Are you guys just gonna head to the train?
Yeah.
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 Okay, yeah, you keep going until you get to the train area, where you do see that there is a train loaded with materials, mostly building materials, heavy slabs of stone, workers piling on. It's much like the one that you guys initially hitched a ride on. There is a bum car. Are you gonna try and? Yeah, there's the train. What are you guys gonna do?
I mean, that's going to.
It's
Where's
going
that heading?
down the mountain towards Stillborn.
Okay. And that's probably the best route to take, or.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Yeah, this doesn't fucking know. Well, I mean, if it looks like they went to the train, I guess they're getting on the bum car.
Yeah, I don't.
I need you all to make stealth rolls.
Oh my god.
Stealth. Great. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is stealth?
Friends, that's your stealth first.
Nice.
Nettie's too pure for this. She
Yeah,
overthought
Mist is
it.
just not. Mist is a big flowing pile of robes that is not very.
She's
sweet.
upset they weren't paying.
Friends is naturally unstealthy. He can't be stealthy.
Okay. Yeah. So Ren, you slip your way on. You sidle your way up against the side of the car and pop in. Bran, you just strut on up like you're supposed to be getting on, and no one questions it.
Good.
Luffy, you sort of do the same, but you don't put much thought into it. You just sort of walk without looking at everybody, and no one questions you. But Nenia and Mist, you guys start heading over, and you stand out like sore thumbs. Mist, your billowing robes that catch the wind definitely catch people's eyes, and Nenia, your just meek demeanor definitely catches someone's attention, and
Mist next to Nenia is like a massive contrast to what's
yeah,
going on there.
a rather large, imposing-looking man. He's about probably 6 foot tall, large, thick black beard. Just calls out, "Oi, what are you doing?"
That's missed what we do.
We are getting on the train.
No, you bloody not! And he starts walking
not?
over to you. Because we can't just have people hopping into the train. It's not for people, it's for the workers to go down. You're not workers, are you?
We could be.
Well, you know. Hold on a second. Gotta look at the thing.
How far away is he?
He's about 10 feet away at this point. He's starting to walk towards Nenia and Mist.
Alright.
Let me weigh this.
Nenia and Mist are about 5 feet away from the train car.
Um, Does he see Ren?
No,
Like,
he
or
doesn't
is Ren,
see.
like, successful?
He didn't.
Alright.
He hasn't seen Bran or Ren. He's seen Laffy because Laffy spoke up, obviously.
Okay, Miss might use suggestion.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, I'll let Miss do her thing first, but Ren's gonna do a thing if it doesn't work.
All right. Mist, what needs to happen for suggestion?
Okay, so let me look at this. Suggest a course of activity and magically influence a creature you see within range that can hear and understand you. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, it pursues the course of action you describe to the best of its ability.
He rolled a 10.
That is a failure.
Okay. What are you gonna
Yeah,
suggest to
Mr.
him?
Like, of course we're workers. Why not just let us on?
He stops and gives you a weird look. His brows furrow, and he looks at you, Nenia, and his brows furrow deeper. And he gives you a long, hard look. Both of you.
Yeah, Miss just looks at him like this is exactly like, of course they're workers. Why wouldn't they be workers? Come on.
Right then. Alright.
Thank you. Miss just takes it out of his hand and gets on
Okay.
the thing.
As you guys hop on, you hear the guy talking to other people, and then, strangest thing, I just felt my head got real foggy. You guys lean forward and gently shut the steel door. And you wait amongst each other until the telltale sound of the train kicks in, and it starts rumbling underneath you guys. And it took a few hours last time for you to take the train. So, as you're heading back down the mountain, you do feel the train kind of hits a downward slope. It's probably going to take about 4 hours going downhill. You guys going to do anything over those 4 hours, or just ride in relative silence, or...
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
By the way, Ren, you know the current timeline is still about 2 weeks.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Little under.
Ren
oh.
casually, like, she's sitting, like, against the back of the wall, arms crossed, legs crossed, thinking to herself, so we still have, like, maybe a little less.
Well, if that's the case. Are there any detours that we need or want to make?
Saint barks at the word detour.
Miss
A
looks
suggestion, Saint?
He wags his tail and spins around in a circle.
Luffy, I think your guard's trying to tell us something.
Ren looks at Mist and is like, pull out the Book of Ghoul. Let's see where Saint wants to go.
Would that work?
Saint looks at Laffy expectantly.
Luffy looks at Saint.
Saint looks at Laffy. Wags his
Luffy
tail.
looks at Saint, uncomprehending. She goes and she, like, leans forward and gives him a head scratch.
He looks pleased by this. And he leans up against you, Laffy, and he you get the sense that he's trying to get something across, but he's still a dog.
Well, Alfie doesn't have any spells to help her here, so she just kind of pats him, perhaps a little patronizingly, and is like, "Yep,
Had a good talk with Saint then.
yeah, good talk."
Saint looks at you, Ren.
Ren looks at Saint and is like, well, we do have a few loose ends to tie up.
That is true. There's the whole everything that was going down in Silverai.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mist,
Saint.
he comes over to you and kind of headbutts you.
Ah, what?
Um,
Miss
and-
tries to discern what Saint's thinking.
You can make an animal handling check.
It's not gonna be great. She's doing her best, though.
Okay.
10.
You see that he is trying to nudge where the Book of Ghoul is.
Okay. Yeah,
Ren
Miss
was
gets
like,
out
"Ha!"
the book.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Saint looks at the book expectantly.
What, so should I ask what Saint is wanting to tell us?
Bark at it, Saint. It'll translate for you.
Miss,
Is that how that worked?
you know,
Ren
right,
shrugged. It's a book
I
that
give
knows
you-
everything.
if I give you some ink and you put your paw print in it, would that do anything?
He barks and it reverberates through the car, and it makes it super loud.
Oh.
Brand kind of like winces a bit. He's like, that was not necessary.
Miss does it just in case Saint wants to do it. It's like, here.
Okay. He slaps his paw on the ink kind of excitedly, and then he raises his paw like he's waiting for you to do something so he can slap the paw down.
Mist writes in the book, what does Saint want? And she sort of leaves, like, a space for, like, the paw print to be like, this particular Saint.
Okay. You do that, and then you put the book down, and he kind of scoots over a little bit, and the ink, he like drags his paw along. He's trying not to put it down, obviously. And then he puts his paw gingerly on the page, and the book sucks it up. And there is nothing for a moment. Nothing. And then the word Toril appears.
Twirl.
Toril.
Oh, Laurel.
Oh,
What?
twirl.
You want us to go visit Toril?
Saint barks again and wags his tail.
Well, sure.
Any
why
particular
not?
reason, or you just wanted to, visit?
Barks and wags his tail.
Visiting, then, got it.
Is this the part where we say goodbye to everyone we've met along the way? Ren looks at Saint a little patronizingly, but not entirely.
Saint gives you a really vacant look.
Well, I mean,
I
we can
have
stop
no
there.
objection.
If anyone else wants to see anybody, we can stop there too.
I've said my goodbyes.
I mean, I don't
And,
really know anyone on this plane besides you all, so
Why Toril?
he's a
I mean-
stand-up guy. Maybe Saint just likes him.
Saint barks.
Yeah, well, fair.
Well, maybe there's trouble in Lyriel we need to deal with it beforehand.
Possibly. I mean, we're going that way anyway.
Yeah. Ren pulls her cloak around her shoulders, gets ready to sit in for the next 4 hours.
Yeah. It's pretty cold in there, by the way. It's still
Yeah.
it's winter, obviously.
Brand just bundles up in his cloak, and he looks okay.
Okay. So I guess the next 4 hours pass. You guys pass the time as you do individually, I suppose. Does anyone do anything special?
Bran probably just nap
Okay.
Mist
as best he
occasion-
can and read.
Yeah, go.
What's Miss doing?
Oh, Mist occasionally just conveys things to Laffy. In silent, weird telepathy.
Nenia just keeps to herself, and I will say, this is the first time ever, like, she's actually wearing that pendant that they got in the ruins oh so long ago, and she's just kind of, like, playing with it around her neck and thinking and just keeping to herself.
Oh, Mist might also, like, if anyone seems like they're too cold, she might, like, just light a small fire somewhere. A tiny
Make sure to crack open a door.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
are there any cracks or anything?
I mean,
like,
yeah, it's
there?
inherently like a cracked door. It's just like a big sliding sheet of metal that goes to cover up the big hole.
Okay.
So you do that, and it warms up a little bit in there. And the next 4 hours pass, I suppose, and you guys hear the train come to a stop. And you hear the sounds of people disembarking, lots of heavy grunts, and the sound of people walking past your little car, unloading
Ren-
some of the train.
Ren opens the door. She doesn't care who's looking.
Okay. When
Yeah,
you open
Bran
the
just-
door, guys just like, oh!
Bran just steps out and just, walks past the dude like he was meant to be there the whole time as usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nenia tries to be nonchalant but apologizes anyway as she looks down.
Laffy stares at him for a real long time, as if daring him to say something, but she eventually fucks off.
He looked like he was gonna say something until you stared him down. And very quickly he just met your gaze, looking unsure and a little scared. Because this is like another 6'4" guy, thick bushy hair, and getting stared down by this small dirt goblin. He's just like,
Yeah, Mist gets out too, like, completely nonchalant. Maybe grins at some people that look at her.
Okay. You guys do that, and you head out to, or you pass by the nearby stables. That you guys, you parked your horses there at some point. I don't remember if they're still there or not.
That is the question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you
Here's the
could
question: are there new horses?
you could certainly go and look.
Parking
Bran-
board.
Ren knows nothing about horses and wasn't really successful last time, so she's gonna let someone else do it.
Laffy's not gonna look because she fucking hated those horses. Good riddance.
Oh my god. I mean, Mist will look for horses, not necessarily the same horses.
Okay, I mean, there are certainly horses stabled there. You do not see your noble steeds anywhere.
That's fine. Hopefully they're doing their thing somewhere.
My poor mule.
There's a young woman behind a counter nearby, looking a little bit bored. And she's got a sign under her that is, rent your horse here kind of thing.
Yeah. Mist goes over and is like, how much for 3 horses?
3 horses. Are they coming back? Are you...
Probably not.
Okay. Well, if you're not gonna bring them back, I'm assuming you're gonna stable them elsewhere, right?
Lyrial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll have... If you take this, she writes something on a piece of paper and just holds it out for one of you guys to take and give it to the stable master there. They'll write us back to know that they got it back successfully. So if you give us 3 gold per horse, you'll get back 2 of those gold when we see that your horses get returned safely.
All right.
Sounds like a
That's
good deal to
reasonable.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. She kind of looks at you guys and gives you all a very critical eye. Which 3 of you are getting a horse?
Me, her, and her. Missed points and Laffy and Nenia.
Right, okay, I'll be right back. And she stands up and moves away from the little counter, and you see her disappear amongst some of the stalls, and about 5-10 minutes later, of making you guys wait, she's bringing out 3 horses, leading them by the reins. One is very tall, dappled, black and white. One is kind of small, looking like a normal horse, actually. Chestnut brown with like a blondish mane. And then the other one is a little dumpy looking.
Oh no.
Kind of doesn't look like they could go very fast. And she's like, well, okay, this is Bolt, and she points to the large one. This is Jessica. She points to the chestnut. And this one's Becca, and she points to the dumpy one. And they'll be taking care of you guys.
Which
Why
one
are
of the
2
three?
of them named after white girls?
Which one of them has the most mild, easily, controllable personality?
Shockingly enough, she points to the big one.
That one's yours, Nydia.
Why? I.
Trust
She was
me.
like looking at Mist for that one.
Mist is a bit taller than Nenia, but
Also had an angry horse last time.
I thought she just had the. Oh, no, Mist had the angry one. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Nenia had the mule.
Little Eeyore.
Yep.
Yeah, if Nenia doesn't look like she wants that one, Mist will be like, I'll take that one.
That'll be fine. Thanks for the thought, Brian.
I don't feel sure.
Yeah.
Now watch out, Becca's a feisty one.
Oh my god.
Anyway, she walks over and just holds the reins out for you guys to take.
Thank you.
Nania looks at Luffy.
Luffy looks at Nenia like, why are you looking? She doesn't ask, but like that's the look on her face.
Yeah.
Bran walks
I wanna pick
away
one.
a little distance
just-
and calls down Stardust.
I'll just take whatever horse you guys don't want.
Nania will take the dumpy one.
Okay.
Of course.
She'll take the feisty Becca.
Nenia, make
Luffy
a
looks at Nenia and she's just like, she just sighs. Like,
Nenia,
It's alright.
make an animal handling check.
Okay.
You walk over to Becca and she snaps at you.
Okay.
Luffy walks over and she just like puts her hand on Nenia's shoulder and shakes her head. She's like, you should take another horse.
Oh, maybe I just came at her a little too fast, even though it was probably like the most sluggish shuffle ever.
Bran's just sitting on Stardust, just muttering, I told you so, to his breath.
Oh.
Nathan jumps off of Ren's shoulder and lands on Nenia's shoulder and starts eyeing Becca.
Luffy just tries to turn Nenia around to a different horse. What horse is left?
Jessica.
She's like, just go say hi to Jessica.
You show her, and she's like absolutely giving Vathan scritchies. And, oh my god, the bird has chosen her, and petting a bird. And okay, she'll try to take Jessica's reins then, and
Jessica
say
just,
hello.
yeah, Jessica's just like, she's nice.
Okay.
Kind of like, she's just your generic horse. She's horse
She's
NPC.
Your average Jessica.
Yeah.
All right.
Laffy, Becca eyes you warily.
Luffy looks at Becca, and everything on Luffy's face says she is just waiting to have a fight. Like,
Make an intimidation check.
I think. Do I have a +1 to intimidation? I always forget.
Oh.
I think you
No, I'm not wearing the mask. Never mind.
Yeah, you're not.
An 8.
Becca eyes you like she's ready to fight.
Luffy goes to take her reins.
Okay, Becca tries to snap at you and misses. And you.
Luffy punches the horse.
Okay, make an attack roll then.
Oh my god!
Okay. 17.
You deck the fucking horse. Roll damage.
Oh my god, I instantly regret this decision. I don't know what the fuck my damage is.
It'd be a D4.
Okay, 1d4, and it's +1 for some reason.
Yep.
A 2.
All right, you just fucking deck the horse. Where do you hit the horse?
Hit him in the schnoz.
Yeah, she's hitting it in the face.
All right, you flick your fist out and punch a horse in the face, and Becca steps back and eyes you with wide. You can see the whites in her eyes.
Probably more surprised and offended than like actually injured.
Just like, actually, hold on. I need to look at something.
Do you have visual aid for this?
No, I need to check something though. Give me 1 second.
horses have a lot of
Oh, no.
points. If that's
Is
what
the
you're
horse gonna
worried about.
retaliate, or is the horse gonna be respectful of that?
Okay.
How many?
Yeah, no, the horse takes it. She looks like she can't take many punches though.
Oh no!
Well, Luffy is gonna... Wait, let me just... I'm sorry, I'm checking something.
Bran just sighed. Do any of you have like an apple or something?
Luffy just gets on the horse, or tries to get on the horse, right?
Make an animal handling check. Why not?
Okay, alright. An 8.
Oh no!
You struggle to get on the horse, and Becca manages to get a tooth into you. As you swing up, she kind of twists around and bites like your calf, and you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Oh, that probably hurt like a motherfucker.
God.
But you are on Becca.
Does it seem like there's going to be any further problems?
You have no way of telling.
For the time being, Luffy is going to use Lay on Hands to put 2 points back into Becca and 1 point into herself.
Okay. You do so. And Becca's like thrashing tail calms down. You guys all did this within eyesight of the stable hand too, and she's just been watching.
No. Bran's just like sitting there on his Pegasus with like his face in his hands.
Yeah, Miss
Yeah.
like she was ready to turn her horse over to Luffy, but then Luffy handled it kinda, so...
What's Ren been doing during all this?
Arms are crossed, she's leaning against the wall watching. Occasionally shaking her head.
The stable hand just kind of scurries away once you're mounted, Laffy.
Wanted to make sure you don't kill the horse.
She didn't kill the horse.
She almost did.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that.
Yeah, that happened. Okay. So, Ren, do you summon up your phantom steed?
Sure do.
All right. With a flick of your wrist, blue mist surrounds you, and there's a moment where things feel kind of weird for you, and then you are mounted atop a horse.
Sweet.
And with that, do you guys just kind of start riding south?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It, for the sake of time, it's going to take about 3 days at this point for you guys to get to Lyriel. Are you going to do anything over the course of those 3 days of travel?
Probably not.
Okay.
Brand's gonna hopefully
Answer.
Brand's gonna hopefully give the others a bit, like some basic advice on how to treat a horse. Not that he's like an expert on horseback riding, but like, come on.
Mommy's gonna into none of it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so as you guys travel, you do notice some things. You notice, first and foremost, the temperature starting to vary pretty wildly from day to day. Some days it's nice and mild, other days it's bitterly cold, and it's cycling more than a bipolar person would. It's off-putting and very uncomfortable, and this would probably make a lot of people sick. You do hear the sounds of animals more often. During the nighttime before you guys open up the mansion and settle in, you hear the howling of wolves coming close to you, kind of strangely close. And sometimes even in the mornings during the day, you hear the sounds of being stalked. Nothing ever attacks you necessarily, but it comes close once or twice. You get a glimpse of a bear at some point kind of stalking you guys. And the last thing that really you notice before you get to Lyriel proper is that the night-day cycle is shifting. Nighttime is lasting longer and longer each day, and by the time the third day passes, nighttime is about 15 hours of the day.
Gee.
Laffy's like, well, that ain't normal.
Yeah, that's really weird. Yes, existence is somehow floating off balance a bit.
And at night, specifically, you do see the big star in the sky getting closer. It's still, you can't see any details in it, obviously. It's just this bright light that is getting bigger with each passing day and night. But on what would be the dawn of the third day and is now just kind of night. Yeah, ha ha ha. That actually just worked out without me planning it. Wow. Huh. You guys pull up to the outskirts of Lyriel. It's still pretty dark out, but it is morning time and your internal clocks haven't really shifted much yet. And you do see that through everything, Lyriel is not a village that changes much. It changes with the speed of a growing tree, really. Even now, it's small, but it's getting bigger, and still very solitary. There's still the several entrances to the town, the north, south, east, and west one. There's walls around this town now. They're slightly higher. They're probably about 3 to 4 feet high. And at the gate there are... The gate that you guys approach is the northern gate. You're coming down from the north. You're coming south, so you hit the northern gate. And there are 2 individuals standing at the gate. looking a little bit bored.
Ren rides on up.
Yeah, they're heading on up. Miss passively does her Eldritch Sight thing to make sure there's not like a magical barrier around that's gonna like evaporate them if they get too close.
Okay. You don't see any magic that's strange. One of the guards holds up his hands, and you see that it's about a 5'8" individual. He's got dusky blonde hair and slightly pointed ears, and he just holds up a hand and halt. State your business.
We're here to see Toril.
He's an old friend.
Squints at you guys.
You can go
Toril,
ask him if you want.
No, I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother him. How do you know him?
We were involved in the demon investigation a couple of years ago. A year ago? I don't know. What is time?
Yeah, we've also helped set up barriers around the town a few times, dispelled like a magic circle where demons are coming out, that sort of thing.
Oh. You lot, right. Huh. We were told to watch out for you.
Like
always? Just be on the lookout for us group. That's weird and sounds exactly like Toril, actually.
We were told that we're to let you in, but well, just give you a warning that
Cause any trouble?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we get told that a lot, don't worry.
Right. Anyway, do head in, and they step aside.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys ride into Lyriel, and it remains much the town that most of you remember. It's due to the darkness that settled over it. There are less people outside than there would be at this time normally. The houses are lit, and there's still some construction happening, but it's more put together than it was the last time you guys were here.
Ren's gonna head over to the barracks first, because, it's Toril.
Okay. The rest of you guys follow, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. You do so, and as you're doing so, you notice that there's not really any patrols going on inside of the town, but there are a few guards stomping around, heading towards the gates in particular. They're a little bit more armored than the other guards that you've seen. They're holding these long, thin spears that, Mist, you see that they have a soft, magical aura about them.
Looks like they've updated security since we've been here.
Good, honestly.
Then you guys get to the barracks, and you see your familiar friend standing out there barking orders to a group of individuals lined up. His long hair has been tied back into a braid against his back. He's wearing bits and pieces of metal armor over these nice kind of purple, rich looking robes. And he doesn't catch sight of you guys necessarily. He's busy giving orders to these individuals. And you hear that he's telling them to be on guard, watch for the animals, watch for travelers.
Are we still on horses?
Unless you guys got off.
Probably.
Ren
Yeah.
rides right up and then, dismisses her horse, so she lands 10 feet away from him. And with his back turned while he's talking to his people, and she stands there, she crosses her arms.
Oh my god,
Well,
Ren!
he pats Saint's butt because She assumes Saint wanted to see Toril. She's like, go see your friend.
When you do so, Saint bounds off, like running at full sprint. And Ren, he pushes past you and just tackles into the back of Toril's legs. And Toril was like mid-word before he topples forward with a, "Ah! Shit! What?"
Oh dear.
Oh, did not mean for that to happen.
And Saint was really excited to see it.
Oh no.
Ren waves.
Yeah.
He picks
Miss
himself
waves
up
from
and-
distance.
Dismissed! And the other guards walk off, hiding Snickers behind their fists.
I don't know why, but I thought you like were talking about the candy bar for a minute. Anyway, continue.
Maybe you really need a Snicker.
Yeah. Fuck. He crosses his arms and gives you guys a look and... Alright, what's the problem now?
Our dog missed you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Miss gets off her horse.
I missed you
Yeah.
too, Saint.
If it makes you feel any better, Saint was the reason we're here.
Oh. I missed you too, Saint. And he bends down and ruffles Saint's fur, and Saint barks and runs around in a little circle around him.
Fluffy ambles on over and she's like, so, how's your wife? How's your son?
Oh, Jessica's okay. Baby Renner's kind of become a little shithead, though. He's figured out how to walk, and that's always a problem. He tried to get on the stove the other day.
Oh dear.
Fluffy looks at Ren and she's like, yeah, with a namesake like that, I can only imagine what he will be getting up to.
What do you mean namesake? Renner's just a good...
Nothing.
Looks at you, Ren.
Ren,
Ah.
Ren looks perfectly innocent. I didn't choose the name.
Anyway. Crazy weather we've been having, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
I'm assuming this is very unseasonably long nights. Considering I've never seen nights last this long here.
Yeah, it's strange. People are getting along as well as they can, but mostly worried about the wildlife trying to climb in. Some of the plants are getting kind of wild out there too.
So it's been more aggressive than usual here too.
Oh, everything's been more aggressive. Except for the people. People are alright. Except for, I mean, she's fine too. Everyone's been good here. It's mostly outside the walls that's gotten crazy.
Is there any particular direction in which it's more so? Is it just everywhere?
He just looks around and puts his arms up. It's kinda everywhere.
Okay.
The other day we had some vines crawl out of the forest and try to overtake a wall.
That's
Oh.
unsettling.
Oh,
I mean, we should. Perhaps we should talk elsewhere.
Sure. Come on in, guys. And he walks into the barracks. And there's no one inside. It's just him at this point. Do you guys head in with him?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that the barracks are better well stocked than they've ever really been. There are magical pikes, swords, and spears lining the wall. They're not like overtly magical, but you guys all actually recognize it. It's obviously magical. Like there's a slight glow around each blade. There's full suits of armor. There's leather armor. There's much more leather armor. There are some tables set out. There's some rooms off to the sides, and he leads you back to a room, and motions you guys into what looks like his office. There's, a large desk. There's a bunch of pens on the table. There's some papers.
Immediately sleight of hands a pen into her hand.
Okay, sleight of hand.
she
You
got
know,
it.
for old time's sake.
I mean,
That pen's
it's still
gone.
okay.
He doesn't notice anything. He heads back to a chair and he makes a little gesture, and 6 chairs appear in front of you guys. He goes, sit.
Fancy.
Yeah, you know,
And sit.
even old dog can pick up new tricks. And
Right.
he
Unless,
falls back into his chair.
unless Saint takes a chair, Vathan is totally gonna take one. Or he'll share it with Saint. You know, it's fine. You get the back end.
Saint absolutely hops up in a chair and tries to sit like a person.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, you know how, like,
Nathan?
he sits on his butt with his legs splayed out?
Yeah. Vathan sits on the top rim then.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, things have gotten a little wild.
Expect it to get a little worse.
My question before we say anything else is how much do you really want to know?
I'm gonna say none.
All right.
The-
Sure up.
The look on your faces make it so.
Well,
Shore up
Okay.
your defenses, close the gates, and weather the coming storm. I suppose is the best way to put it.
Eh,
Right.
Do what you like. Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, we've got a healer now, so that's good.
yeah, just
healer.
whatever happens, well, just stay strong. Things will be
Hmm.
back to normal soon, hopefully.
Yeah, and her name's Laura. It's apparently short for some crazy elven name that I've not had to pronounce a 13-syllable name in, like 50 years, so I'm not gonna start trying.
But
Where did she come
elf.
from?
She said she came from Sillerai.
Brand makes face.
Does she have anything on her that looks like this? Miss just pulls out her book, flips through some pages, and points at Gianther's symbol.
Oh, yeah. She said that's, giant Thur's symbol.
Gianther. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that. Yeah, she said that's what it is, and she just showed up one day and started healing folk for us. She's really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, it's nice.
We should probably speak to her, don't you all think?
I
Yeah, possibly.
yeah.
Considering we might know who she is.
Maybe.
Not if she'd been here for a while.
She's been here for about a month. And yeah, I'll make sure that we batten down the hatches, I guess. Will knowing more do me any good, or just make me worry?
No. No.
Well, I guess
It won't do
depends.
you any good, really.
No.
It just comes down to how much you really want to know.
That being said,
Uh-huh.
Ren kind of she looks almost hesitant. Like she wants to ask something, but she also doesn't want to ask something. It's weird for her.
So... yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, well, you guys gonna be staying long? I got something I could use your help with.
Oh, what's that?
As soon
Oh.
as he says that, Bran looks over at Saint.
Saint just looks at you, Bran, and wags his tail.
Bran just sighed.
What with having to bolster the guard, we're not able to look into some of the more petty things that are going on here in Lyriel. Got a little mystery if you guys want to solve it.
Ooh, what is it?
Hold on. And he bends down and pulls out a little file and puts it on his desk and opens up the folder and starts leafing through it. And, right, okay, yeah, this is the one. Um, the proprietor of the plaintive peen is reporting that some of his things got stolen.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the name?
The plaintive peen.
S-
What?
The plaintiff peen.
Like the song.
What song?
Like a peen, a sort of song.
I'm
Spelled,
not familiar with musical terms.
it's spelled
P-A-E-N.
P-A-E-N.
Yeah.
They say simultaneously.
Okay.
Ren hasn't said anything, but she's thinking it
Yeah, Mist has that grin, like you can tell she's thinking it.
because they're all 12.
Yeah.
Except for Brad. Brad knows music, so he's just like, I don't. It is what it is. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Gosh, you guys.
Yeah, he's just reporting some stuff got stolen, and if you
What kind of
guys,
stuff?
I don't know, general store shite. I think he carries some spell components, survival gear, food.
Doesn't sound like anything that would be particularly dangerous.
I was maybe solving something simple and non-existential for once. Will be good for morale.
I mean, that's what we were hoping to do the first time we did that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Why
hoping
not?
it won't result in another weird, almost sex cult thing.
Sex
Yeah.
cult.
What's the chance of that happening
What
twice?
did I miss?
It's
Oh,
our
you
very
missed it.
first adventure. It turned out there were a succubi and an incubi, and they were just
The first demons to come through the fucking portal before everything went to hell.
yeah. So they had turned, the basement of the Scrollian into a sex cult and lured a whole bunch of innocent people in for sacrifices.
Well, I missed something special, didn't I?
And
You
one
sure
of them
did.
had a serious mustache.
It was terrible.
Having trouble picturing that, actually.
I mean, I could show you.
I mean, he was a
No,
halfling.
no, it's good. I don't need to see a halfling succubus.
I mean, he wasn't a halfling succubus. He was just anyway, it's
He
fine.
still had the mustache, though.
Yeah, but it was like scaly.
It was weird. Anyway. So, right, like, no weird deaths or anything. Just
I'm-
stole stuff.
Yeah, no one's died or disappeared. I mean, we've had your typical disappearances, but, people just leave sometimes without saying anything. But trust me, we're not worried about those. We're not even looking into them.
Fair.
But yeah, if you guys would, like to help solve the mystery of the plaintive peen, that'd be great.
Oh,
Miss kind of snorts again. Sure.
Oh, wonderful. When you guys show up, it's always trouble, but you always manage to solve some trouble too, so it kind of evens out. Except for the last time you were here. That was weird.
When was the last time? We didn't even cause you any troubles the last
And
time.
that's why it was weird. It was almost like we were friends.
I mean,
That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
we're not friends.
Saint is definitely your friend.
Saint is
Look us in
definitely
the
my
eye.
friend.
And tell us
Because-
we're not friends, Sorrel.
Everyone's friend.
He tries to look at everybody, but in that way that, like, you eventually go cross-eyed because there's so many people in the room.
Oh my god.
He does that, and I just go.
Alright, well, we'll see what we can figure out, if anything.
Thanks. The plaintive peen's just up the street and around the corner.
Good. Thanks.
Yep. So you guys head on out of the barracks into the streets where it's actually slowly getting lighter out. When you arrived, it was like full night, and at this point, it's kind of dawn-ish. The sky's turning pinkish.
So, up the street and around the corner. Right, unless we want to go elsewhere. Miss would start going, but that
That's-
might not be the best idea. She's going though.
Okay, yeah, Mist starts going. Mist, make a survival check.
Yes. Perfect.
That's what happens when you guys let Mist go out lead.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 1. Close enough.
Oh my god.
Mist, you start heading the opposite way down the street towards the left.
Waffy notices this and she just kind of sighs and like goes to get Mist by the sleeve and like,
What?
you know, just guide her back to where she needs to be.
Oh. Shit. Sorry.
It's fine.
So,
As,
oh, go ahead.
sorry. Ezrin is like leaving the room. She gives Toril a meaningful look, but doesn't explain herself and then leaves.
He squinted at you the whole time.
As they're walking down the street, Brand's, you probably just should have said whatever you're going to say to him.
How do you ask? It's weird and I don't want to.
Okay, just say.
I mean, he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Sort of like, hey, if everything was going to explode, how about you do what you want to do within, 2 weeks or something?
That's not exactly what I was going to say.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it would be, but...
At this point, you have around a week.
And, there's only a week left
Alright,
for the record.
time is weird.
Ren looks up at the dark sky and finds that star.
It's there, and it's close enough that you can see it twinkle. It's like
Aw.
have you guys ever seen Jupiter in the sky?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's sort of
Yeah.
like that at this point. So
Yeah, Miss kind of nods to herself and Ren flips it off.
so you guys head up the street and around the corner, and you see a store with a sign hanging off of it that is a musical note.
Waffy looks at Bran and she's like, so is that what a penis?
Miss just immediately starts giggling.
Yep, you've got it. That's a P.
Why would they call it that?
Oh good, I just wanted to be sure. I wanted to know what I was looking at. Sometimes it's a little alarming your first time when you see one.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Just in the back.
The sigh. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm destroyed. The sign.
From world's ending, but we're still petty enough to make penis jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you head on up to the front of the store, and you see that it's open. The door is slightly ajar, and the front window does show like a variety of goods pushed up against it. Like, you see like a blanket, just random goods. You head on in, and you see a rather old gentleman standing behind a counter, counting out something. He looks like the sort of man that's seen some shit and has managed to get old despite that fact. He looks up at you guys and... What?
We're here to help, sent by Toral.
I'm going to solve. God damn it. I have something. I have a line, but I can't keep a straight face.
Come on.
We're here to solve the mystery of your peen.
Oh my god.
Mist just covers her mouth and like conveys all of her laughter through telepathy instead of trying to laugh because she can't deal with it.
Nania stares in the middle distance. Mist giggles in her head.
I'm sorry. I thought that up and I was like, yeah, no, I can't miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
I have to say.
He squints his gaze at you and, ha ha. Anyway, yeah, you're here to find the person who stole my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it that was stolen?
A few knives, a camping kit, some dried food.
Sounds like they were making to leave town.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Hopefully they didn't, because I want my stuff back. Times are tight, we gotta get all the money we got. And I bet it was those young kids that always stand around outside.
Which one? Like, what do they look like? They live around here?
Yeah, it's that little fucker, Gason. He and his little crew. They always hang around outside. Fucking willowy bastard.
Wait, his name is Gason?
Yeah, Gason.
Okay.
What? It's his name.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Just because I won't be able to rest until I know.
Uh-huh.
You had to have known when you named this store The Plaintive Peen that people were going to make so many penis jokes. So why did you name it The Plaintive Peen?
Laffy, he stares you down.
Laffy just fought a god. Like,
Laffy, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
okay, wait, let me check to see what my saving throws are. 16.
You are actually a little intimidated by his glare.
Laffy feels it, but she also feels like she really wants to fight. So, like, she's not backing down.
Yeah.
Like,
A peen is my favorite sort of song. It's not my problem that people around here have their minds in the gutter at all times. Where I come from, people know music when they hear it. When they see it.
I mean, I'm a bod. I know what a peen is. I've been around these people for far too long.
So you're telling me that whatever. Yeah. I didn't think about it. Because I thought people had some more class.
Oh,
no.
truly a mistake.
Yeah.
Assuming people have class.
And are you going to solve this or not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
Leave
as
it
soon
to
as
us.
we visit Gason, who stole from the Plaintive Peen.
Oh my god. Miss tries so hard to keep
Ren can't. Like, she can't. She loses it. Like, she leaves. She just She covers her mouth and she walks out the door, and you can just hear her laughing into the darkness.
You know, I think she needed this.
Needed what?
Nothing.
We've been through some shit. All right. Anyway, so this Gayson fellow, where can we find him?
He's usually hanging out around the scaffolds. The place where they used to hang people.
Oh, right.
The hanging square.
Yeah.
Says Ren from outside.
Weren't you going to be hanged there once upon a time?
Once upon a time.
Yeah. That's
Is Ren
true.
talking to them
Ren.
from the window?
She-
From the doorway.
She's just standing in the window.
Go, shoo. Leave.
Okay, bye.
So you guys pop out into the street.
When they get outside, she just starts giggling.
Alright, let's go find Gayson.
Who names their child that? It would.
I mean, it's fine, but
It's really not, though.
circumstances.
I wonder how it's spelled.
Did we get his location? I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention, you
The
guys.
hanging
The
square.
hanging square.
Oh, okay, right. Luffy sets off in that direction.
Yeah, Miss knows better than to try and go a direction this time.
Okay. You get there without much to do. People are starting to come out into the streets as the sun is slowly coming up. As daybreak due, it is a quick process, actually. By this point, the sun is just about to peek over the horizon. And people are starting to come out of their stores or their homes and unloading their goods into the town square as you guys pass through to the hanging square. And you saunter on through, and you get to the hanging square quickly enough. You guys can make perception checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Come on, roll 20.
Well,
Am I lagging or something?
on
You
roll
might
20,
be.
yeah. Well, Ren and Nenia, you guys are still a little too... Yeah, about the paint, the whole thing. Bran, you are too. Laffy and Mist, you guys have somehow compartmentalized it briefly to look around. And you see a group of people milling around the scaffolding where people would normally get hanged. Without rope, it's pretty mundane looking. It's just kind of a platform with, like, a big, like, tower thing attached to it.
Luffy walks up to them and she's like, "Hey, which one of you is Gathan?"
A taller kid that had been sitting on the scaffolding pushes himself off, and he stands, and he's like 5'11". I'm Gayson. What's up? Who are you?
Oh, hey, Gaylord. We just came from the plaintiff fiend.
She just sort of
Right. What do
drags
you?
her hand over her face.
What do you want?
Luffy looks at Mist. She's got her digs in.
Mr. like, what? You expect me to say something after you say that? She just kind of has that look on her face. But then she looks at the others and she's like, are you interested in some things in that store? We've heard you've been hanging around there quite a bit.
Sorry, I literally took a bite of cracker. In the hold on.
Oh no.
Oh.
Don't die.
There we go. Gason narrows his eyes at you. Kinda, yeah, I mean, old man Gene. He sells some stuff that would be useful, I guess. Why?
Well, because some of his stuff was stolen, and we'd like to know if you took it.
No, why would I take anything?
Inside
Inside
check.
check.
Okay.
Luffy and Miss just stare down this poor
Yeah.
boy.
Once again, you somehow compartmentalize the part of you that's finding this hilarious. This kid is not telling the truth.
Miss
He's not
looks at
hiding it very
Laffy
well
with
either.
Yeah, Miss looks at Laffy with that like
Luffy looks at the kid.
yeah,
Luffy
Miss
looks at Mist.
Yeah.
Ren looks at Laffy and Mist, looking at the kid, and is like, ah.
It's like when your two cats stare at the wall, you're like, do you see ghost kitties? Like, clearly
Tell-
they see something Ren doesn't.
And Ren is just running with the fact that they clearly see something she does not. Ren is like, alright. So, assuming you did not take them, I'm sure you wouldn't mind us, taking a look around.
Why would I mind? Just, look around, whatever.
She does.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Oh, you immediately find a pack filled with like dried foods, some knives, flint. It's like it's like tucked up behind one of the posts underneath the thing. It's not really hidden.
Ren literally just looks at the kid, looks at the post, looks at the kid, looks at the post, walks over and picks the pack up.
That's my stuff.
Ren,
This is all of the stuff that's missing.
Yeah.
Well, I
They
guess
try very hard.
it's just a coincidence. I guess it's
I
mine.
mean, you weren't telling the truth when you said you didn't steal it, so.
Of course, I was telling the truth.
You weren't.
Okay. Better question is, why did you take the things?
Yeah.
Didn't take the things.
Okay.
I was just packing to leave.
Where were you
On
going?
your own?
Why?
I mean, yeah. I want to go do
So,
stuff.
like, while everything is going to shit and all of the creatures in the forest want to eat travelers and sometimes night lasts 15 hours, your stupid ass was like, I want to be a survivalist. Like, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, Pube Stash, like, calm down and give it a few days.
Listen, I just want to go. I want to go up to Stillborn, join the Adventurers Guild up there.
There's
Just,
an
Okay.
Adventurers Guild here.
no,
Give it
they closed.
give it like 2 weeks.
Why? What's gonna change in 2 weeks?
Well,
Summer.
there's a lot of shit going on right now, and
The seasons, it's a leap
all
year.
this stuff. Yeah.
What's a leap year?
Never mind. Listen, wait out the, imminent horrors going on in the forest and see if it resolves before throwing yourself into danger. And start off in your own town if you want to adventure. Ask Doral if he's got things to do for you.
Just have me do patrols. It's boring.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but
here's
you
the
know-
thing, right? You've got things attacking the city, and if you can't deal with them in here, you're not going to be
No.
able to deal with them out there.
I don't
I
want to
have
fight.
an idea. There's things out in the forest right now, right?
Yeah.
Let's all go to the forest. And you can see what it's like.
He's giving you guys a really wary look. I'm not going anywhere with you guys. I don't know you.
You don't know anything out in the world either. Do you think you're gonna survive out there on your own?
I mean, maybe? Why would I trust you guys? I mean, look at you. You're fucking. Ugh.
Adventurers.
Is that
Yeah.
what you are? Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what we look like.
He points at Ren. Like that?
Yeah,
Ugh.
this is your future if you decide to pursue what you are pursuing.
Ren takes like some of the dried jerky out of the pack and starts eating it. Oh look. Now you can't return part of it. You might have to pay for it.
I. Fuck you!
Ren like she takes another bite
No!
and chews it
Why?
because I have money. Do you have money?
That's. Yeah.
Then why didn't you pay for
Okay. Missed. Insight check him.
Pretty sure she knows the answer. That should be advantage.
He's totally got money. You don't know how much.
Okay, yeah, that's the first one. But yeah. Like, so, you got money, but you stole all of this anyway.
I didn't. Yeah. Fine.
Why?
Because it was expensive. I wasn't gonna come back anyway.
Yeah, when you're an adventurer, shit is expensive, you look like we do, and everything sucks. Like, go be a doctor or something.
Yeah, there's much more lucrative careers you could go with.
like town guard?
It's boring.
Well, you know what isn't boring? Going with a bunch of weird adventurous strangers into the forest to see what it's like, isn't it?
Listen, I'm just saying that you don't have you don't have the right jib for this. Like, I don't.
What's a. What? Never mind. Fine. I don't know who the hell you are, but fine.
All right.
Anyway,
And
go
Ren-
pay for what you stole.
Ren hands the bag back to him and is like, "Now go return it."
Fine. He looks back at his friends, who have been silent this whole time. Just kind of watching in that, like, the leader of their little gang's getting chastised, and they're all kind of directionless because of it now. Bye, guys. He walks off with a little pack.
Fluffy is gonna follow him at
Yeah.
a distance.
Okay.
As he passes, Ren is gonna slip some gold into his pocket to pay for like the jerky.
How much gold?
Like 5 gold. It's probably way more than what the jerky is worth, but she doesn't exist in a world where silver is a thing anymore. So
They just paid like 3 gold per horse, so like 5 gold for jerky.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you paid like 100 times the price of this jerky.
yeah, but I
It's
mean,
fine.
what is 5 gold
To a god.
Yeah.
25 gold to God Slayers.
Yeah.
Petty.
Or to a dead woman, for that matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
She's transcended such thing.
Jesus.
Unless she gets cool things out of it.
Like pens.
Oh yeah, she forgot to put the pen back.
Fine.
Alright, Laffy, you do see that the kid, Gason, does go back to the plaintive peen and enters reluctantly.
Okay.
Yeah, Mist went with Laffy because, you know, Laffy knows where she's going.
So, with the mystery of the plaintive peen solved,
Luffy looks at Mist and she's like, I miss Aw Boy. Aw Boy was good. Nothing like that shit.
Yeah. You know, I wonder how he's doing.
Yeah. Oh well.
Maybe if we, you know, do what we're gonna do and somehow get some sort of physical form, we could go see.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like there's no time, you know?
No, I mean like after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so do you guys all regroup somewhere? Or did you
Okay,
guys all
Toro.
follow? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys all make your way back to the barracks, enter, and you find Toril at his desk doing something, you don't know.
We ineffectually yelled at a teenager.
Why did you do that? He says
'Cause
without
he
looking
stole
up.
Stuff.
Because
You know,
yeah.
bring it back.
Oh, good, it was a simple one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no sex cult this time, was it?
Shame.
Have you missed the excitement, Toril?
Oh yeah, I've super missed the excitement of a succubus trying to fuck her way into opening a demonic portal.
Oh, gracious. Exasperated sighs. That end episode.
Well, I'm glad we could be of service, but we've gotta go.
Out of curiosity, do you know how long a kid named Gason's been around here?
Gason? He's been here since about a year now. He came with some of the refugees.
Oh. Okay.
He was the one who did the taking and wanted to leave in the middle of, you know.
All this.
Oh,
We
yeah.
convinced him otherwise.
Yeah, Gason's a little shithead.
I mean, mostly we just yelled at him. Like, I almost feel bad, but teenagers are dumb as hell. Last time I tried to do something heroic when I was a teenager, my friends got sold into slavery.
Wait, what?
That's awful.
Yeah. Huh.
Well,
Well.
Anyway,
I mean, the last time I tried to do anything heroic as a teenager, I, didn't end.
I don't know if I've ever really been a teenager yet, technically.
Mist, what the hell's wrong with you?
A lot. You have no idea.
Alright then. Good answer.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Anyway, where are you guys going? We're just another, don't ask.
No, we're going somewhere. It's a
Yeah.
We're going south to a collapsed temple.
looking through. Well, it's called the Shattered. What was it? The Shattered Temple. Yeah, the Shattered
Mm.
Temple.
Because
in Altus Woods, there's a particular place. There's a glade, big opening.
I think that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ruins in the Althus Woods, so
Oh,
be careful in there.
like a lot all over the place.
I mean, not really all over the place. It's just like there's a small area. I've never really been to it, but yeah.
Okay, then that's probably where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Miss kind of looks at Ren. like like as though, Ren, if you want to say a thing, you best say the thing.
Ren sighs and like looks at Toril and she's like, okay, look. Just do us a favor. And like don't forget about us.
Ah, yeah, I could totally forget about you. Fuck, no. How could I?
I mean, we're pretty unforgettable, wouldn't you say?
Again, you killed a succubus that was trying to fuck her way into opening a demonic portal. It's hard to forget.
I suppose. This. Yeah, alright. And then, like, she turns around and she walks out the door pretty quick.
Oh.
The hell's wrong with her?
Luffy looks like she's experiencing a emotion.
Hey, emotion.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell's wrong with you now?
Yeah, Miss kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
you said you didn't want to know. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Be safe, guys.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go and Luffy leaves.
Safety's not really our thing, but we'll be back regardless, in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, some of us will probably be back.
What? Huh?
Ren pokes her head back in and she's like, stop talking about it!
Fine.
Okay,
Alright, bye.
bye.
Goodbye.
Have a good life. See ya.
Oh, it's never fucking normal with you guys.
You know what, Ren? Like, she left and then she turns around and she walks back in and she walks around the desk and she gives Toril a hug.
Okay, he hugs back.
Very awkwardly, I'm sure.
Yeah, just like, I don't, okay.
Is it like a Christian side hug or like a Voldemort hug?
Voldemort hugs are the best hug.
That's what I imagined.
He's just, okay, Ren, I won't forget about you.
Good.
Alright, bye, guys.
See you later.
I'll tell Jess that you said hi.
Yeah, Miss Waves.
Okay, yeah, you guys all filter on out of the office and you're left into the streets now.
Luffy has been sitting on the side of the road eating grass.
Saint has been sitting with you, also eating grass.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's adorable.
Luffy looks up with like a mouthful of grass, like,
Saint looks up with a
Oh,
mouthful of
boy.
grass.
Yeah.
Bran just looks at the two of them and just sighs.
Were we going to find that Laura or at all or not?
I suppose you could, yeah.
All right.
was she again?
I don't know.
The priestess of Gyantha.
No,
Yeah.
I said where, not who.
No.
I don't know where, but if she's a healer, probably. Do they have like a hospital or anything around here? Like a clinic or something?
Not that I remember.
Can Miss make a history check to remember if she's ever seen one.
Sure.
She won't know where it is, but if it exists.
Sure.
28.
You don't really remember anything of that nature.
Perhaps any shelters if you have here either?
Well, there used to be shelters all over
What
the
about
place.
what about you, Nania? Can you just sense where she is?
No.
Alright, Nanny, if you were in a town like this normally, where would a clinic logically be located? Around the barracks, or, you know, like, elsewhere?
Well, if there aren't any clinics for a shelter where, people don't have homes and a nurse would stay there to tend to people sick or wounded from the road. Or
We could just-
she's wandering around and I don't know, she'll try to put her magic feelers out there despite her doubts of her own
Alright,
Magic.
capabilities.
Magic feeling.
make an Arcana check.
Feel for the Gyanther magic.
Oh, she doesn't like it.
You think you feel something, but then it's just a warm breeze.
Mm.
I mean, I suppose we could go back in and ask Toril.
We could, very awkwardly.
I mean, I'm not going back in there.
Yeah, well, you hugged him, so you can't.
Yeah, I know exactly.
That's the normal social thing, right? Once you hug someone, you can't really, just go back. Anyway, I can do it.
Alright, Mist, you turn around and head back
Yeah.
into the barracks and straight back to the office, and Toril
Yeah.
doesn't look up and, yes, Mist.
Yeah, right, we were curious where Laura was. Do you know where she hangs or if there's a clinic or anything?
Yeah, she's set up in the Scrawly Inn.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep.
Cool.
Mist waves again and leaves and goes back.
Awkward.
Mist doesn't care about being awkward. She gets to ask questions, it's fine. So yeah, she's like, apparently she's in the Scrolly Inn.
So, why didn't we think of that?
Right, where everything is, apparently.
What are we gonna talk to her about?
I don't know.
What she's doing here?
If there's been anything weird with Yantha lately.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Where's the inn?
Miss looked like she was gonna start going, and then she just stops and looks at Laffy, who may or may not still be eating grass.
Luffy looks at Mist and she's like, are you sure you don't want to try and find it for yourself?
I mean, I could, but you'll probably.
I could just turn you around if you go the wrong way.
Mist is looking at Laffy like, are you actually encouraging me, or are you making fun of me?
Luffy has a look like it's a little bit of.
Yeah. Mist, like, her tentacles tap, like, she crosses her arms and her tentacles are tapping on her other arm, and she's just like, Alright. Mist is gonna try it.
Alright.
She doesn't give a fuck, she might die, why not?
Survival check.
Yeah.
Survive in these small town streets.
Hey!
You start heading off in a direction, and Laffy, she's going in the right direction.
Luffy's
Oh my
like,
God.
huh. And she just gets up to follow Mist. Doesn't turn her around, doesn't walk ahead of her, just follows Mist.
Yeah, Mist is going. She's not entirely sure she's going the right way, but she's like, this is the way she feels like she should be going.
Okay. You guys all follow Mist?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Mist, you start drifting off to the side occasionally, but you catch yourself. And
She
eventually...
can't even stay on a path.
Yeah, pretty much. Eventually, It takes probably a little longer than it should have, but you stand outside the Scrawly Inn. The outside looks exactly how it always has.
I found it! I fucking did it!
You did.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Right? I never know where I'm going.
Miss knowing directions, it's like the
Woo!
In which we know the world truly is ending. Yeah, Mist opens the door.
Okay.
Alright.
The Scrawly Inn has been converted into not quite a clinic, but very much a clinic. It's not quite, but it's on the verge of it. You're pretty sure that given probably another month, this will be called the Scrawly Clinic. There are a few individuals wearing green robes bustling about, holding bandages and various little vials. And they're just green robes. There's no markings on them whatsoever. And you catch sight of a somewhat shorter, stockier woman bustling about, and she's wearing the robes with a little golden insignia on the back of Ganther's symbol.
I think that's I mean, I guess they're going up there.
Sure are.
Okay, yeah, you walk right up to her, and she turns to look at you, and she's got curly black hair, and she's got kind of like a pug nose. She's got like wide set eyes, and she looks at you guys and blinks a few times, and yes, what can I do for you? Do you need healing?
Not exactly, but you are called Laura, right?
Yes, I am Laura, a cleric of Ganther, here to bring the healing touch.
Wow.
Miss
Ren just,
crack
Ren
up
just-
with
she turns around and she's like, you know what, I'll be outside.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that one on purpose.
Oh yes. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
The healing touch.
Yeah, Mist is like, did you get, like, direction from Ganther to come here?
No. Mistress Endla told me to come out, before the other champion could start spreading the blessings for now.
Oh, so you do know about the champions.
Oh, yes, and she points at Nania. From what I know, Mr. Senla said that you are the traveling champion.
Wait, why did she want you here before see us a champion?
Well, clerics need to go out to set up clinics so we can take care of the people. Champion just travels between them to oversee and lend aid in the more extreme circumstances, I suppose.
She. How do you know
Excuse me.
that it's me? How do you know?
Oh, she sent word about a week ago. She described you, said your name is Mistress Nenia.
Right, okay, and she needs a minute for that, and nodding, and like, dumb child, like, forgot that she's, like, wearing the thing that registered her as, like, traveling cleric today, too, so, yeah, she takes a minute for that.
It's quite nice to meet you.
And,
My
yeah,
name's I'm
nice
Laura.
to meet you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you. She holds her hand out.
She takes it, and you get the sense that she's actually on the older side for an elven woman.
Okay. Well, we did come to see what your business was in town and make sure that you didn't need any help or.
Oh no, we've gotten a few scrapes here and there. We've helped a woman or two, well, two actually, with childbirth.
That's wonderful.
Yes, some animal bites. Nothing that we can't handle. Nothing that would require the champion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to meet you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too. Back and forth with that. She's
Yeah.
so flustered. I'm sorry. She's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Mist
is like, so nothing particularly odd has been happening here.
Oh, the weather's been odd.
Oh,
But that's about it.
alright. That's good.
Yes, it's quite quiet out here. I'm happy with this location.
That's good.
Yes, the people are nice.
Have you received any word from Ella recently?
No, but we don't really expect much from her.
Is there a way to get in contact with her? Out of curiosity, I tried to send
Yes.
word to her before
Yes,
and
yes.
she never replied.
Yeah, there's absolutely a way. Do you want me to send her a message?
Yeah, actually. Mist considers, and she's like, "Do you need me to write it down, or should I just tell you?"
Give me a moment. And she shuffles off into, behind the bar, and she gestures for you to come over to it.
And Mist goes.
And she pulls out a sheaf of parchment and a little, or not a little, a rather large quill. And she twists a little contraption around the top of the bone part, and it starts blinking. And she goes, "Okay, what do you want me to write?"
That we found out and dealt with those who were attacking the temple, and were curious if everything was all right there.
Oh, I didn't know the temple was under attack. She says
Yeah.
as she writes, and then she flicks a little device. She flicks the device in the other direction, and it'll take a minute for her response. And a moment passes before the little device starts blinking, and she goes, "Oh!" She twists it, and the quill stands upright on its own and starts scratching out a message on the page. And all it says is, "Thank you. I wish you the best."
Yeah, Mist is kind of like. She's considering that she didn't mention, if anything, like she didn't say anything about, how things were there or whatever. So she's like, okay, sort of weird, but fair, I guess. She's busy.
Yeah, she's quite busy over there, from what I understand.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're
Mist
welcome.
kind of glances back at the others, sort of a little bit uncertain, like, I don't know, she feels like something's weird, but she doesn't have any proof of anything being weird.
The little thing starts blinking again, and oh, hold on, twists it, and it starts writing again, and it says, "Apologies, busy. All is well. More refugees arriving. Tell Nenia I wish her the best."
Oh, well, Mist just If Nenny is not looking, she sort of gestures Nenny over to the thing.
Alright, no, yeah. She was like looking like longingly at the clinic area, like again, a familiar place misses and catches Mist and walks over to read a little note and has an emotion and pendant on her neck and gives a nod and a small smile and Laura just thank you for doing that for us.
Of
Yeah.
course, anything for you.
Just awkward smile and nod. Alright, well, don't let us keep you if you
Oh, yes,
have things here.
I've got a patient. Sorry.
It's alright. What's the mist and I guess that's
Yeah.
that. We should get out of here.
Yeah.
Alright, and she's just going to leave and stop at the doorway, look back at the little makeshift clinic for a moment, and step outside to wait for him. But
Okay.
Yeah, Mrs. is like, alright, have a good day and thank you. And she's gonna go. But she also kind of looks like, we're not telling anybody that everything's gonna blow up, and she doesn't really know how she feels about that.
Alright, you guys are all in the street. The sun is up now. What are you guys gonna do?
Does Ren remember where Toro lives?
You make a history, make a history check. Yep. Yeah, you could probably find it.
All right. She sneaks off for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Red's just gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Ren does her thing. And she's gonna go and she leaves like this little parcel in Toral's like mailbox.
Yeah, sure.
It's one of her returning daggers. And a lot of gold.
Okay.
And a little note that I'll write later.
Okay. If that's all, you return to the group then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys see Ren slink back up like nothing was wrong.
You do your thing, Ren.
Yeah.
Never had what?
It doesn't matter. There was nothing important.
It probably was, but that's fine. So, do we want to head off into these ruins?
Yeah, we've only got a week. We should.
Actually, do we want any supplies first, like potions and such?
Are we going to need them?
Oh, well, we're probably going to be doing what we did before with the other deities, so possibly. But if you don't think so, that's fine. I think I have a couple still. Nanny, do you have any?
Ren looks at the rest of them like,
healing kits, but
Oh, that's probably fine.
not really suitable in combat like what happened with Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything like that either.
You think we should get some then? Or see if they have any here?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. I have no idea where we're going this time.
Fluffy puts her finger in her mouth and holds it to the wind and then starts walking.
Okay, you smell an alchemy shop.
Yes.
Quickly enough, you make your way to a shop that is just called Alchemical Goods.
Not nearly as flashy.
And inside is it's just a small, pretty simple shop. There's some potions on shelves. They're not very large potions. They're more like vials or small little mason jars. And there's a small, bespectacled man behind the counter, and he looks at you and, "Oh, hello!
Greetings.
What can I help you with?"
We are looking for, like, potions that heal.
I've got a few of those.
Excellent.
Oh,
And Ren looks at the rest of them and she's like, secondhand. Perhaps we shouldn't deprive them of what they may need in the future.
That's my thoughts too.
Oh, really?
Right now.
let's see. I've got 3 healing and 1 greater, and that's all I've got for now.
How long does it take you to make these?
Oh, not terribly long. The supplies aren't very high right now, what with the whole weather thing, but I'm sure it'll be back to normal soon. The graters are difficult, but I can make normal ones about 2 a day.
Miss just kind of looks at them. She has that look like, it's up to you then.
Ren just sort of shakes her head like she's not going to buy anything.
Do you?
Yeah, Brand's probably not gonna buy anything either.
Lydia's got that healing touch, so she can back off. Just politely nod and take a step back and versus taking a seat.
On second thought, I left all my money in our horse. We have to go. And Luffy leaves.
In your hall. Oh, bye.
Miss is like, since she already said that they were interested, she's like, I'll take one of the regular ones, please.
That will be 50 gold, please.
She hands that over, and she takes it.
Okay. You have a normal healing potion.
Yeah.
Well, good day. Have fun.
You too.
Alright, let's
out.
get...
So, here's the thing. We still fucking need potions. So should we go to Aurelian or something?
We don't really. I don't know if we have time for that. I mean, we could get there real quick, but we can't get back here real quick.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic here. The last fight was a little bit dicey.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and I don't really know what you mean by they might need them. We kind of
Since the
need
world
them.
is gonna end.
Yeah, if we fail,
Just
that's
flat out, it's done.
pretty much. So are you sure?
No, I'm not particularly sure. But
They have Laura here, I suppose.
that's
We'll just
true.
have to trust the people of this place to, take care of themselves.
I mean, from what we heard, it's just they come and everything's gone. It's not like there's going to be a fight or there's going to be any time to react.
No, but the town is dealing with the animals and the...
And who knows
Like
how
that.
much worse it might get the closer, it
That's
gets.
true.
Well, what do we want to do? Because here's the thing, we can only do so much in terms of healing. We probably need potions, or we're gonna need to try to strategize. And frankly, I don't trust any of us with that.
Wise.
I'm actually fairly good with strategy, given the opportunity to strategize.
Okay, but I mean, Miss just sort of gestures,
We're
and
gonna
she doesn't
need
really
if-
say anything, but she conveys we're fighting gods. There's probably going to be a bunch of shit we don't know what's going on, and I mean, how much was the strategy last time besides touching the things?
I mean, to be fair, how much of an opportunity are we going to have to use potions when it's going to take, from what, was being said,
Well,
it's
we're
a
gonna need to allocate
battle.
duties here, then. Into fighting. I mean, we can walk and talk about this because
Yeah.
we don't have time to be standing around. But the point is, we cannot completely rely on Nenia to keep us up. Nenia, I like your healing, it does the job, but if a fight lasts longer than it did last time.
Well, if, you were to be separated from us.
Plus, you're going to be on that pedestal thing when we eventually go toe to toe with Gion there.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do a little, and I think Bran, you can do some too, but Bran's the one who's getting hit. Well,
I can heal in a pinch, but usually, I'm kind of busy.
I can't do anything, which is why I was thinking maybe I should get some of those to handle myself a bit.
All right. I'm gonna go visit Laura really quick. Leave her with everything that I have that won't help us in this fight. If you want to go get the potion, what I have on me should suffice to make up for that in the coming week for the townspeople.
All right.
Sounds good.
Alright. I'll be right back. And, Nadia's gonna go do that. She has, a healer kit on her,
Okay.
which is 10 uses or whatever mechanical stuff, but
Okay.
I'll go back to the Skrullian and leave those with Laura or Cleric or whatever.
Okay. Or one of the clerics takes them and thanks you.
Alright. She'll, wish them the best and try to meet up back with the group.
Okay. What do the rest of you guys do?
Yeah, it's like, so we're going to get them then. And she would probably start head back in, but sort of looking at them since she already got one.
Ren gives her the thumbs up, like, just tell him you'll take the lot.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, Mist goes and she's like, well, we got our money from a horse and we're gonna get the rest of them.
Okay. It'll be
our horse money.
Yeah.
Horse money.
100 gold for the other 2 healing potions, and then 150 for the greater.
Alright, Mist just gives them the gold.
Alright, and he hands over the potions.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure doing business, have fun.
Mist just kind of snickers as she leaves, and she comes back with the potions, and she's like, alright, so we've got 2 regular and 1 greater. Ren, I think you should have the greater.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Mist hands it to Ren.
Ren takes the greater potion.
Yeah, and then, like, hand Laffy and Bran the others.
Luffy takes her Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Brent also takes his Kool-Aid.
Well, at least we're a little bit more prepared. And they probably wait for Nenia.
Nope.
Nania joins up with the group.
But we got everything. Thank you for that, Nenia.
It's nothing.
So,
Alright.
into the woods.
Yeah.
Mist opens her mouth and closes it, and she's like, I don't know where we're going.
Yeah, neither do I exactly.
It was she opens the book with the map and she looks at it and she's like, what is it, like southwest of here?
Yes.
Alright.
Fluffy's gonna look at the
And give
And,
it a like,
Yeah,
let's
it's
go.
to the southwest. It's about there. So you guys all mount up and start heading that way.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yep.
All right. You guys all hop on your mounts and start heading back out into the woods. You ride for about 20 minutes until you hit the edge of the woods proper, and you start heading in. And as you do so, you notice immediately that the plants in this area have definitely grown larger, more wild, out of control. The foliage above you is almost blocking out all of the sunlight. The only light that's falling down on you is like that pinprick light that comes from between leaves or through leaves with holes in it. And it's swaying all the while with a breeze that's above you. Some of just the plants and the grass are pretty high up on the horses. They're stepping carefully to avoid logs and stuff that they might have missed. The forest is quiet around you, though, and the deeper you go, the darker it gets. And I need someone to make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, anyone.
Who wants to be it?
13.
All right, Ren. As you're going, you twist over your shoulder to look, and you realize that the forest is closing behind you.
Oh.
The way is being obscured. It seems like the trees are coming closer as you move past them.
Ren is gonna make an Arcana check.
Okay.
She's trained, so it's a 10. So it's actually 25.
It is absolutely magic. And it's almost like a barrier is being closed in around you.
She's, you know what? She's gonna test it. She's gonna try to go back on her magical horse.
Okay. You turn around and start trotting, and you guys see Ren disappear into the trees, and
Yeah.
Ren, when you head into the foliage, it grows so thick and dense that you are only getting by thanks to your blind of sight.
Oh my
Mist
god.
is like, Ren, where the fuck did you go? She says that
Into-
into the communicator.
Yeah, into her communicator, she's like,
Yeah.
so, and as she's like, you can hear like the brush as she's like trying to turn around and go back, towards the group, not further into the tree.
Yeah.
We're being trapped. Look at and as she like pushes out of the trees between them, you know.
Mist tries to figure out what Ren means by that, but she's gonna use
The
all her
wood-
sight.
The woods
Okay.
are closing.
Well, I
Behind
suppose
us.
that means that there's no way back.
Mist, yeah, you see nothing beyond the tree line behind you. In front of you, there's still plenty of open space. It's still visible, but behind you, yeah.
Like, what sort of weird magic shit's going on here?
Like, there's absolutely nothing behind you.
Fluffy
It's
strips
just
off
like-
a piece of bark from the trees behind them and eats.
Okay, yeah, you eat bark.
Yeah, Miss like tilts her head. She's like, that is nothing. Like, that is really weird. I don't like it.
I mean, is there a check that I can make to see what's going on?
You make a religion check.
Okay. I will I can certainly do that.
Can
An
Miss
11.
Also try because she's curious.
No,
Fuck now.
only
Okay.
Laffy can. Laffy, through Saint, you realize that you're entering a part of the world that's not really here.
Yeah, we're entering one of the weird spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, good. One of the weird spaces.
Where you're
Yeah,
going is kind of like parallel to Onda.
It's like a world that's our world, that's not our world, that doesn't
like another
exist.
dimension.
So we've plane hopped.
Yeah, kind
More
of.
like sidestepped, from what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Plane shifted.
Like ethereal
Eh.
plane sort of thing.
Well, that's asking a lot of me
N-
to define.
Okay. But
We're just somewhere else.
Well, I guess it's good that we got what we could when we could.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we just keep going.
Yeah, there really
Well.
is absolutely nothing behind us. So. I guess so.
So,
Let's be about this then.
you guys continue forward. As you go, the space around you begins blending in with the space behind you. Soon, it's just you walking on a... not narrow, it's wide enough for all of you guys to be on your horses side by side, but it's just that and straight ahead. There's nothing on either side of you. It's fallen to pitch blackness at this point. And you guys continue riding like this for a little bit until you emerge from the other side of this weird tunnel of sorts into a forested area that is emerald green all around you. You feel this weird humming in your chest, all of you, even you, Bran. And it feels like you stepped out of something. And there's a soft breeze. And before you, you do see something like this. It's almost like a glade before you, but it's still very, very small. And there's a single pillar of green light coming down into the center. And it's like a fairy circle almost. There's stones arranged in a circle where this light is falling into. But there's still almost nothing that you can see beyond the tree line outside of this slight opening.
Mist kind of glances at Nenia and is like, do you feel anything here?
She puts her magic feelers out there to see if she'll anything.
Make a religion check.
Okay.
Gandthur is near.
Oh no.
She gulps and she had like instinctually pulled on the reins. Stop.
Yeah, Mist also stops when Nenia stops.
Panthers. Close.
Oh, is that all?
Ren and Laffy, make your religion checks.
Stop.
Oh no!
Stop. She's not feeling very in touch with the Lord right now.
Ren, Raelsh is near.
Oh, good.
Laffy, Saint's real close.
Fluffy like looks at Saint and she gives him like an ear scratch. She's like, yeah, my God's right here with me. Like, just completely unaware, just like, do.
Ren looks at the mark on her hand.
Mist
Resists the like urge to flip off the general area around them.
kind of looks at Ren. It's like, what?
They're here somewhere.
What? All of them?
I mean, I can feel Rielsh somewhere.
Oh dear.
Great. So, are we going to have to, fight all of them this time instead of just one at a
Miss is
time?
gonna, like, she knows that Leander said that they weren't with the others, but she's gonna see if she can pick up any.
Okay, yeah,
Anything
make a religion
similar.
check then.
Right. 39.
No, you don't feel anything. You don't feel like a specific pull or anything. You just feel kind
Okay.
of spooked.
Yeah, she's like, well, I don't think Leander's here, if that's any consolation.
That's a small one.
Yeah.
So, Yantha and Riolsh, at least.
All right, 2 gone. Great.
The green light in front of you, like that column, starts pulsing softly.
Oh no.
Ren's gonna start walking straight towards it. She's, you know what? If this is gonna be how it goes down, well, by Joe, she's gonna be there for it.
Time to fight us some God.
Okay. Do you step into the light?
Yep. Sure
you guys watch Ren fade away. It's not like she doesn't step through anything. She just kind of fades into nothing as she touches the light.
This isn't the first time Ren has gone into something and just vanished from their fucking concept of
Yeah.
existence. So
Ren's just like, well, let's go in after her.
yeah, Avi's like, well, we gotta go. She starts moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mista's sort of like, she doesn't know if she wants to leave the horse here or bring the horse with her.
Oh yeah.
She just goes with the horse. Maybe they need it.
All right.
I mean, the horse can't go back, so whatever.
One by one, you guys step into this glowing light, and you guys watch each other fade away. And
That's where we're gonna end for the evening.
it is.
Oh.
Actually, it's a TPK. You shouldn't have done that, guys.
Yep.
Why did you track check?
Yep. Good job, guys. You ended the campaign a few sessions early. Good job.
All right, so when we start the next,
Yeah.
Everyone roll up your new characters.
Yep. All right, folks. That's the end of this week. Stay tuned next week for what may be the penultimate episode.
oh man.
Oh my god.
Yep. Bye, internet.